So I just got back from the One Real conference, and today we're taking a look at the presentation by our Chief Technology Officer, Pritesh Damani, and he's going to go over a lot of the new changes to the Real Broker app and new technology that they're rolling out with in the very near future, like right now and over the next few months, as well as kind of what their vision is for their technology over the next few years as well. It's a very, very interesting, very exciting presentation here, in my opinion. So let's jump right into Pritesh's presentation. I'm gonna give you my commentary as we go along.
As you know, we don't talk about our competitors because we're different. We're a technology company in the real estate space. We're technology first, and we invest a large portion of our income in our technology to build something that's insanely valuable to you guys. So what have we built? What is a transaction management platform? Why build our own? I mean, many have built and failed already. Like, what's the big deal? Let's see. Starting today, on your phones right now, you can have a completely new redesigned transaction screen. An easy way to navigate between all your active transactions, your closed transactions, terminated transactions. You can even start a transaction and leave it alone, come back 2 days later and pick it up. Not only that, with one click away, you can now create transactions and referrals all in one place. You don't need to go to a desktop.
So as of right now, one of my favorite features on the Real Broker app that we get is that I can look at all of my current transactions that I have under contract and see when the closing date is, who the co-op agent is, their contact information, who the title and lender is, all right there in the app. I see how much commission that I'm gonna make. Like, that is one of my favorite things, that I can quickly check and get all these facts about any transaction I have under contract. And so that's really what they're talking about here, is that they're making that experience that much better so that I can now create transactions right there in the app. I can edit those transactions. That is already my favorite feature, and now they're just kind of adding onto it, and which is really, really exciting.
Let's make it more fun. An incredible place in one click away. All the things you need to do to get your transaction done. A familiar checklist. A simple place where you can upload your documents, revise documents, everything in one place. If you want to take a picture of the document.
So let that sink in there. Right here, you can actually edit your contract right on your app. So you have a contract, you need to get a signature from your buyer or from your seller. You can do that right from the app. Like, that's what they're talking about. You need to type up an addendum. You can do that right there on your phone, right on the app. I love that so much, and I love that they have that simple checklist of, hey, this is where you're at in the transaction, this is what you've done, this is what you need to do to finally close that transaction. Like, that's huge. These are huge, huge innovations in the app. And like, the app that we have already, almost no brokerages have an app like that. I don't think any brokerages have an app like what we have, and now they've just made it so much better. Like, this app is already very pivotal to my business right now, and they're adding all these features, and just the ability to edit documents from within the app, send them off for signatures, is absolutely huge. I don't need to go back to my desktop computer in order to do that type of stuff anymore.
That's okay. If you want to revise updated documents, that's okay. It's all one click away. Super usable, super friendly, super modern. But we want to make real estate fun. We want you to send GPs to your brokers. You will have complete control over all conversations, all in one place, one click away. Email is done. Text messaging is done. It's all in one place, one simple, seamless conversation. Have fun.
So I love that as well, because a lot of times I do have questions for the broker and I'm texting them or I'm emailing them. They're doing away with all that. Everything's right there. It's very conversational based. So if you're familiar with texting somebody back and forth, like, that's what they're kind of basing this on, which is a really cool concept, I think.
I really want you to have fun with this. We put a lot of work. So, well, what else? You know, you order a package on Amazon and you're like, the truck is 2 miles away, the truck is 1 block away. But like in Uber Eats, like your pizza is now getting baked. It's like, now it's hot. Oh, now the driver is driving. Like, you know what it is for? It's anxiety reduction, right? Like, where is my deal? Meet your road to success. This is a customized, what we call a pizza tracker, or whatever you call it, for your state, for your province in Canada, completely customized the way it makes sense to you. It will always be accurate, it will always be updated, because it's automated. So, what does this mean? This means that now you have a view into our back office. When we receive your checks, they will be updated. When we pay your referrals out, they will be updated. When we pay your partners out, when we get your scanned deposits for Canada, they will be updated. For trust states, when you have trust deposits, we'll acknowledge the receipt. You don't have to call support saying, where's my deposit? That's super old school. It was a good movie though. So, what else? We are making comments a central piece of our software. What does that mean? At any given moment, you want to ask a question about what's going on the deal. Your fastest way to get there is open your app, click on your transaction, click on the comments, and just check. How many of you use Slack or something like that? Slack or even iMessage has Jiffies and stuff like that, like group messages. Just imagine a very advanced group messaging system. It takes care of background emailing, push notifications. It's very similar to Workplace Messenger actually. You can see read receipts, right? So you'll be able to see, oh, not only my message was sent, but the broker read it. There's nowhere to hide. You can't hide. The brokers can't hide. I can't hide. Nobody can hide. And that's what we want to be. We want it to be transparent. We wanted you to know that the broker read the message. It's not a big deal. Right? And if the broker is late a little bit, that's okay. If you're late, that's okay too. But the anxiety needs to go. And that's what we're focused on. Of course, everything comes together in the inbox. We've built the first real estate inbox by transaction. For busy agents, this is an incredible tool. For transaction coordinators, an incredible place to be. Because this is what you need to be focused on. You go to your inbox, all the messages are separated out by transaction. Everything comes together in one place. And again, I'm going to keep pushing the Jiffies until I see like 1,000 Jiffies sent out.
So first off, it's called a GIF or a GIF. I've never heard anybody call it a Jiffy before. But I'm so happy with this. I'll let it slide just this one time, Pritesh.
But again, like, we want to make it fun. It's smart, it's powerful, it's easy to use. Well, of course, we didn't forget about listings. You get a listing, you can put it into the app now. Again, no longer needing to go to like a third-party software to like say, okay, let me put my listing, let's wait for 15 minutes. Let me pull my watch out, that was my app. 15 minutes, so it shows up in the app. And then something else, right? Last but not the least, we have an extremely detailed activity feed. You're used to this stuff in like other products you've seen it. Like a detailed log of like everything that happened. If you see like, it's like, it says like, Sarah read the message. Like, it's useless until it's useful. Right? Most of the times you're not going to go there and like look through the activity feed who read my message. But if you want to check, like it's there. And again, it's just like all coming together in this place where you can do your whole business from your phone. I actually asked someone, can you send me a picture from a kayak? Because that's what I envisioned, right? But you're in a kayak or you're on a hike and someone needs to like...
I talk in other videos about how Real has redesigned the agent experience. And that's what they've been really focused on, getting the best possible experience for the agent. And this is one of the ways that they've done it, is that my entire business is now run from the Real Broker app. So I can see, everything about my business, how many closed transactions I had this year versus last year, what my GCI is for this year, how much revenue share I've earned, how much stock I've got in the company, how many people are in my downline, everything about all my transactions. And they've just kind of continued with this. So now I can do my entire transaction right there on the app. I can type out the contract, send it out to my clients. I can enter in listings all right from my app. So this is really how they've redesigned the agent experience, is with this proprietary software, with this real broker app that really nobody else in the industry has. And I love that, like, they're not done. They're continuing to push it and improve it and trying to work on that agent experience and give us the best experience possible. And these are just some of the ways that they've improved on the app and kind of where they're going in the future with it.
Get a document updated, or like you need to quickly send a message to a broker. Even sending an email feels like a painful process. You know, like open your email, type in the address, like subject, message. What's going on? So we want you to just like, you know, just say a couple words like, hey, just following up. We're done, right? Of course, everything is on the desktop. The desktop app is even more advanced than the mobile app. Like advanced features like splitting a PDF is an example. It's on the app, on the desktop. Listen, we could build a PDF splitter on the phone. It's just that you don't want to deal with it. But again, like, you know, this was a hard 8 months. We're growing really fast. Like my job puts me in a place where I have to say a lot of no's, so that we can focus on the big picture and get the ship a little bit more forward, right? I asked, so just let's talk about where we are, right? Like, we've launched all of this stuff. It's on your phones right now, right?
Okay,
let's hear it.
Real estate software that promises the world? I doubt it doesn't. But I do believe what Real has built stands on its own. For me, it's redefined the back-end agent experience. From start to finish, you get clarity in process, you're able to track your deals in real time, you can communicate with your deal department and brokers all in one place so that it follows a systematic process and that you get paid on time. It's simple, it's easy to use, it looks good, you get all your reports, and it's a lot of fun to use. I think the intelligent brains at Real have really truly reinvented what we understand to be brokerage level software, and I'm super excited about it.
So, you know, again, Sarah, she's here. Thank you, Sarah. She's been extremely helpful in building what we wanted to build, and like brought some insights that really invaluable input. So I want to thank her personally. Thank you for that. When is this available? What's going on? Like, now is the anxiety time, right? Like, oh my God, I gotta do change. Who wants to deal with change? Well, let me tell you one thing. If you find it hard to create a transaction in the new system, I failed. If you need a tutorial to learn to create a new transaction in the new app, I failed. Did you need a tutorial to learn Gmail? No. Or buy a product on Amazon? That's how you should feel when you open the app and for your next transaction. It's available now.
I love that, right? Did you need a tutorial on how to use Gmail? Of course not. And that's how they've designed the app. And that's how the app's always been designed. I always thought it was a very professional, very modern, very smooth and very slick design to it. And all the new features that they've rolled out, same exact thing. It's just so, the user interface is just so smooth and slick. It's very easy to use. Yeah, it's not clunky or complicated at all. It's all very simple and very obvious of kind of what the next step is. So like, yeah, he's done very well at kind of designing it in that manner to be very easy to figure out and use.
We've already tested this on hundreds of transactions in Canada and in Texas. When I say tested, I mean in production, right? Like, that means like it's live, people are using it. Hundreds of transactions have been paid out. This is not a test. This is live. We're doing this. There's no going back. We're rolling it out through December 16. So you have enough time to learn the new stuff if you need to learn it. But I promise you, just click on the create transaction or create a listing. It'll walk you through the whole thing. It's customized for your state. That's the best part. If you don't ask you the question, we just don't need that information. So it's not like there's a form, magically know what you gotta fill out. We'll ask you specifically what we need. We're not done yet. Let's talk about the future. It took us a year and a half to get here. But we're already now thinking about, okay, we've played the catch-up game. I'm not saying it's done, right? Like, I want to be very clear. It's not done. Nothing is ever done in technology. You're always learning, you're always improving. I'm sure in the next 10 days I'll have like 1,500 messages on what improvements we can make, right? So we're never done. But we do need to start thinking about okay, now that the catch-up is done, what does the future look like? That's hard to tell. I think we need a movie. Do we need a movie?
Yeah.
All right, these Star Wars references always bore the heck out of me. So let me kind of fast forward through this one.
I want to introduce you guys to our VP of Consumer Product, Eva Lam.
Thank you, Pritesh, our favorite geek on earth. So before we talk about the future, let me ask you a question. Do you still remember the first day you got your license? Who did you share the good news with first? To me? Not my husband? Not my mother? Sheila! Of course! Guess what? I was so nervous. 1.5 million agents out there. How am I gonna stand out? How am I gonna set apart from my competitors? Well, that's why we're here for you. Now let's talk about the future. As you all know, we've been spending energy in expanding our ancillary service. January 2022, we acquired Real Title. Now we have the pending acquisition of Lemon Group, our own mortgage business. Having our own title and mortgage, combined with our cutting-edge brokerage technology, and putting you in the middle of it, we have just built you an ecosystem that is going to support you and your client every single step of the way throughout the home ownership journey. As Tamia pointed out earlier, one-stop shop consumer app is what we're going after. We're building an experience for your client that is personalized, immersive, and curated. We are gonna help you be there for them throughout the home ownership journey, for their next purchase, for their next sale. It is about the connection. It is about helping you stay connected with your client and the service provider. Let's be honest, you were busy enough. You don't want to follow up with the loan officer who never calls you back. It's about putting you in the middle, support you to be there for your client. We are going to start with a buyer app. That is the version 1 for our one-stop shop app. Now, you're going to ask, what's in it for me and the buyer? Well, let's see a raise of hands. How many of you would prefer to work with buyer with a pre-approval? All of you. course, we are gonna launch the instant pre-approval first. In our app, your buyers gonna get instant pre-approval thanks to our Lemon Blue acquisition.
So I love that because a lot of brokerages have, buyer apps, but they're combining that with their mortgage app. So your buyer can get instantly pre-approved right on your buyer app. And I love the agent app that Real has provided to us. And so I'm very confident in their ability to execute on an excellent buyer app as well and kind of redesign that experience. Like, I'm just very confident in that team that we have at Real. So it's not just a buyer app, like there's a good bit more to it. There's already innovation within the app, which I'm pretty excited about.
As soon as the contract is signed, your buyer's underwriting is already done. How about that?
Wow.
We have our own title business. If your client chooses to use us, of course they get the title order placed right away. Now, you got yourself a transaction-ready client. The app is going to take care of all the trivial and repetitive tasks for you, so you can focus on what you do best.
I love that. So, I mean, a big part of, the delays in our process of buying a home is just communicating with everybody. Hey, we have to communicate with the lender. We have to communicate with the title company. To email them PDF, wait until they get into their office. They open it up. They can start processing things, With Real leveraging technology, I mean, I do believe that a lot of this stuff can be done instantly, right? Because everybody's all communicating together. We're all within the same software system. I do believe that it can be a much smoother and much faster process and probably save and trim off a few days on that entire buying experience.
Build relationships and get more deals done. With all the sophisticated automation, your clients, through your service, will be closed way faster. Now let me show you the user experience. This is what your buyer's gonna get. A conversational experience, an app that is gonna be there for them 365 days, day and night. Our digital concierge is gonna help them get the pre-approval done. At the same time, you'll be informed every single step of the way. You know that when they're gonna get the pre-approval, and now and when they're ready to shop with you confidently. We are building a seamless and educational experience for your buyers. Guess what? Now your buyer's never gonna get the car loan 3 days before closing. We all love our veterans, right?
Yeah.
If we know that they're veterans, our app will show the appreciation. Why not? Now you're seeing that your client got 450K approved. What does that mean? You got your notification on your phone, you call them up and say, hey, now let's go shopping. Title search, as I mentioned, will be placed auto-magically. You don't have to lift a finger. It's all done for you. You and your buyer will both have access to the documents and file related to the transaction. So they're always closing ready. We are going to launch it first half of 2023.
So here's what I really love about what I'm seeing in this consumer app, and that's that they're actually innovating. They're creating a whole new experience for the consumers, right? We're not just communicating just through emails and texts with our clients anymore, right? That our clients have this entire platform and experience. And I love that the platform looks just like a text message platform would. Because honestly, like we all send text messages and Facebook messages and messages on Instagram, Most people probably send a message like that almost daily. That's kind of how we interact with each other nowadays. So for the actual platform to be interacting with them like that, I love that idea so much. And it all looks so slick and professional and clean. It looks like an app that I'd be proud to actually integrate into my business and actually send to my clients. You know, I was with Keller Williams a few years ago, and they brought in this tech whiz kid, Josh Teams, and made him the CEO of the company, and they really wanted to rebrand themselves as a technology company. And they rolled out a bunch of new technology. And remember him giving this presentation at Mega Camper Family Reunion, and he's saying like, hey, here's Zillow's website. Here's our new websites for you. They look just like Zillow. We based them off of what Zillow looks like. Here's Zillow's app. Here's our new consumer app for you guys. It looks just like Zillow. So like that's how they were innovating. It's just copying what Zillow is doing and rebranding it towards Keller Williams. You know, so I love that Real is actually innovating. They're actually redesigning that user experience for our clients with this consumer app. I'm very excited in this app. I have a lot of confidence in this team. Yeah, I'm super excited. This looks like something I would actually use in my business.
Thank you, everyone. Awesome. So, I just have a few minutes left. I know, I see this counter going down. I want to sum this whole thing up together from a technology perspective for every one of you. I think what I want you to take away from today is not a bunch of features. It's what we're going after. We want you to focus on your customers, on your clients, and forget about the technology. The technology needs to disappear. It really does. As soon as it disappears, that's when you start taking it for granted, and that's what we want to do. But what is it that we're building? Like, how does it all come together? And why is it important to think this way? We have three circles, like the way we think about it. Brokerage, title, and, of course, mortgage. It all comes together with our new platform, and we are rebranding our app and everything else. We're calling it ReZen, Real Estate Zen. You'll hear it everywhere. Our apps will change. Our branding will change everywhere. What does it mean? I want to talk about that for like a minute. And I promise I'll let you know. It's an open platform. And we call it a platform because it's not an app. It's not a web app. It's not Bolt. It's not like, real brokerage app. It's an open platform with open APIs. You can take your data and run with it. True technology companies offer all the data through an API so that you can take it, integrate with your partners. You love it, you love coding a little bit, maybe you can take the APIs and like automate some of the other things that bother you in the app. It's too slow. I'm working with a couple of big groups here right now that are testing our API right now to automate their back office. They have their own CRM, custom built CRM, and they want to import and export data out of the platform. We want you to have total control over this. As we grow, the list of our partners are going to grow.
So I love that it's pretty much open source. Like they're going to give us our data, and we have that API. And so like if you have a mega team of 1,000 agents, you want to get that data and create your own programs or your own spreadsheets or whatever you want to do, your own app, you can do that. They're very open with that data and giving us our data. I think that's incredibly cool, especially as we grow and we want to partner with other companies. So you may see CRMs that are going to be able to integrate with that data and put that data automatically into whatever CRM or website or programs that you want to use. Very cool. That's definitely what you want to see in a real estate company like that.
As we grow, the list of our partners are going to grow. We have an official partners, Chime, for example. And oftentimes I get pinged on like, can you integrate with Chime? There are hundreds of partners we would love to integrate with, but obviously we're not going to scale as a company. We got to focus on the core mission. But we're opening up the data so you can run with it. So you can log into soon in the next 2 weeks, you'll be able to log into our app, get an API key, hand it over to your partner, go crazy with it, right? Everything that you see and can do in our app is available on the API, on the platform. You could build another app, frankly, just works for your account, or you could build one if you want to. And that's how open we want it to be. We want you to have all your data the way you want it. We want to be in a place where I hope you don't leave us, but if you leave us, you will miss us.
All right, so that's Pritesh's full presentation. I have to say that the Real Broker app is my favorite piece of technology that we get as agents here at Real Broker. It's completely redesigned my business. I log into that app multiple times every single day, and they've just made it so much better. Now that you can actually create transactions and you can edit your contract right there in the app on your phone, you can send documents off to get signed by your clients all right there on the phone. Like, that is huge. And I'm super excited about their consumer app, right? I have absolute confidence in this company and their ability to execute and their ability to innovate in the space as well. Their consumer app looks very innovative, and it looks like it would actually make our lives as agents a lot easier. So I'm super, super excited about what technology they're going to be rolling out with here in the future. So look, if you want a great app like that as well to help manage your own business and you're thinking about joining Real Broker, I want you to send me an email at malcolm@livinginmaryland.com. I can send you some more information about Real Broker. We can set up a time to hop on a one-on-one video call, talk to you a little bit more about my experience here at Real, see if it'd be a good fit for you as well. So again, just shoot me an email at malcolm@livinginmaryland.com. If you want to see some more presentations from the first ever One Real conference, you can check those out right here as soon as I upload them. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.